or maybe I'm not gonna have to reboot and restart the stream. It seems to have cleared up just as I was getting ready to do that. So, hello everyone, I'm Juggerite. Welcome to my Twitch channel. Sorry for the 20-minute wait to get in here. I got home from work and I've had a ton of technical issues since that I've been working on, and I seem to be up to the proper amount of frames per second right now, and my internet speed seems to be stabilized. All whatever was going on, I guess for the time being has cleared up. So we're here at the horror labyrinth, and we are actually inside hard mode. I did a fake little mock-up here just to give you guys I wanted to give an idea of what hard mode is going to be like, and so basically what we're going to do is none of this is correct. This is just something I threw down last night, just to kind of prepare for the stream, to give you guys again, like a little bird's eye view of what to expect out of hard mode. You guys have seen, if you've watched over on YouTube, on my channel, I did like a little introductory thing to easy mode, and Fluffy ran easy mode in the Labyrinth, and phreb ran easy mode in the Labyrinth just a few days back. So hard mode is going to be a little bit different for many different reasons. It's not just going to be a maze, which is why I've kind of mocked it out like this right here, so you can kind of see like where like imagine these were up all the way to the top and these were walls, and you've got like a little maze that you're working your way through in the for the labyrinth. You might come this way and realize, oh, this is a dead end, blah blah blah, and so forth. I mean, that's exactly what easy mode is, with a bunch of drops and stuff like that along the way, but not quite to what we have here. So, hard mode. Traps are going to be a thing, and when I say traps, I mean just that. There's going to be unavoidable situations where things are going to happen, and I'm going to try and make them as random as possible. I don't have any of the arrows with me at the moment. No, I'll have to find them. They're like in chests somewheres, or back over at the One Chunk base because they were taking up my inventory and I was over there or something. But we'll have dispensers that will shoot arrows, and we'll have different kinds of arrows in those dispensers. One may be weakness, one may be healing, some may be regular, something of that degree. And when the runner triggers that dispenser and gets hit with that arrow, it may be a desired effect, it may not be, depending upon which one of those arrows it is. Alternatively, there may be lava bucket traps spread throughout, and we're going to take, if you remember, if you've seen the advent calendar video, I did do some fishing, trying to get books and things like that, but also what I was doing was working on getting tripwire hooks, as another added benefit, just to save us some crafting and stuff. And so tripwires may be a way to set off a dispenser intentionally, unintentionally. The ceiling is plenty high enough. I could set it where they could, jump over it. They could disable it if they see it and decide they want to disable it. Like, there's different things that could happen, right? Pressure plates may be a thing. And with it being a little bit darker, those pressure plates hopefully will blend in a little bit better. But I don't want the players to avoid everything. As they run the labyrinth, they may learn that some areas are a great way to acquire certain resources that they may need. When they start this run, they start with 2 golden carrots and a pair of leather boots. Now, if you've got lava and arrows shooting at you amongst any other possible traps, leather boots and 2 carrots probably aren't going to take you too far. And for those of you who have seen how much work we've done on this thing, you'll know exactly what I mean. I mean, there's room here for several layers going down this pipe. Down and down and down. And, it continues down. Oh, I didn't engage my elytra. There's even more down here. Like, I mean, this is every aspect of this going to be used? Maybe, maybe not. I'm not going to disclose all of those. Oh my goodness, we're going to have trouble getting out of here, aren't we? Do I have ender pearls on me? I hopefully have some in my ender chest, since our rockets don't seem to want to fire down here for whatever reason. So, okay. And let's move our rockets down here. Oh man, for a minute there I thought I used my fortune pickaxe. It would not be the first time I've done something like that. I've lost so many ender chests from using that fortune pickaxe on it. Alright, if our rockets don't want to take us off, maybe we can just, yeah, there we go. And can reuse them now? Yeah. A little bit rocky, but it worked. So, we've got this thing. It goes pretty deep. There's going to be several layers and whatnot. And let's get back up there. There we go. So there's going to be a lot to this, and I'm counting on the players, if they run it several times, learning where different things are. And like, say this comes here to a dead end, maybe this is where a dispenser is that will equip them with a shield or an iron sword, maybe a stone sword, something of that nature. Different levels, of course, will provide different upgrades to help them through. Some may provide food, things like that. Chest plates, shields, better boots, feather falling of some sorts might be useful, but I haven't really decided if it's completely necessary to go with feather falling on anything in order to, really know if I'm going to need those kind of enchantments. I've got to get this thing designed out. Now, we talked about lava and things like that. Fire resistance would probably be useful, but it would definitely be useful. Is it necessary? Again, I'm not sure. Once I've gotten, basically this top area here, once I take out this, dummy mock-up and do the real mock-up, I'll be able to tell what's going on from this completed portion going into the next to know, okay, in order for this area to be possible, if somebody makes all the wrong choices or has the worst luck, um, as long as they don't hit a spot twice that gives them some kind of bad effect or something, what do they need to get past here? I mean, it's hard mode, but I mean, we want them to have pretty good odds to get past the entrance, right? That's not where things get difficult. And, we got little layers here that may or may not impose different things. Again, I don't really want to get into too many specifics because I don't want to ruin things. But all this open space doesn't necessarily mean higher ceilings. Again, that's room for layers for this thing. So even though we have the bounding boxes kind of marked out and in place along the outer edges for sure, that doesn't mean that this is exactly how it's going to be. So it's going to be one of them things where, again, I want it to be quick if possible, but entertaining as well. Like, I want there to be a threat of death if, they're not too careful. However, again, this being the upper main entrance, we don't necessarily want them to struggle getting through here either, even with if they make all the wrong choices. We want them to be able to get, at least into the next part of the maze without too many problems. Or, alive anyways. Because I could see where that could be, if you're only progressing a little bit at a time, trying to find your way through, that's one thing, you're making progress. But if you're struggling to even really get going, that's where things become frustrating and time consuming. And to me, those kind of kill the fun in things. So, I want to avoid those kind of pitfalls. Ideally, I would say 5 to 10 minutes. It would be my goal for them to be able to get through here. And, maybe 15 if they're enjoying it and taking their time and they've learned certain routes to grab certain things that they want to help make sure that they get their way through. And there'll be a little bit more to go on that when I get this thing done, because this will be the last time you guys see in here until it's done. So after that is complete, well, actually I'll clip some of this for my next video, so this will be the last time I'm in here on camera until it's done anyways. So I just wanted to kind of give you an idea of what to look forward to. I'm super excited about what I have planned, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun, especially for those that are interested in the puzzles and things getting a little bit more challenging and whatnot. It's definitely something that I would like to really try and get into. Now, I've got... Yeah, here we go. An inventory full of stuff. I want to go ahead and leave most of this here. We'll take one arrow with us. That won't hurt. And okay, our shulker box. I don't think we should need our ender chest. But that's the gist of what's going on here. Again, I thought it would be really fun to kind of give you guys a sneak peek of behind the scenes. And because this is just like a fake mock-up, like I'm not going to go through the trouble of trying to configure redstone and stuff like that to, give any, you know, visualizations to it. But I thought that the fake mock-up would at least be a way to help you guys understand, like, some of these areas are a little bit wider than others, and then there's going to be spots that are a little more narrower. There will be plenty of dead ends, but a dead end doesn't necessarily mean a waste of time. Is going to be the theme here. So with this labyrinth, I would like to think of it as like a magical labyrinth, where it's not just knowing your way through it, but knowing how to strategize and make those wrong turns intentionally to get pit stops, to gear up, and or acquire food if you need it. If you think you can get to like another checkpoint type situation where you can get that instead of having to do this one, then by all means, then they'll be able to do that. But for now, whoa, actually, well, it doesn't matter. I was about to say, actually, for now, I think we're gonna sleep, but shouldn't matter. And phreb has created this really cool game here of, woo! That was not what I was meant to do. Phreb has created a really cool game for us called death juggling, which actually is something that he inadvertently invented on stream. Him and Jonathan were having a little bit of a race on death counter there, and basically phreb created a death loop, and the whole concept is to have an item. Oh, he's got a little barrel here. It's perfect. The whole concept is to have an item, and when you fall, you try to keep it in play as long as you can. Everything will despawn within 5 minutes of not being, picked up or whatever, right? So, this is going to be painful. I mean, I suppose I could have left it there. But, if I'm going to go death juggling, I need to punch something until it breaks. There we go. And I've accidentally discovered this before this video, and I may have unintentionally committed like a spoiler or something for those who caught it. But ever since I found out what was going on over here, I really wanted to come over here and do it. And this is going to be, let's see. So I know we need to set our spawn. And I'm pretty sure we just push the button, and then when we're done, we push it again. Now our item is going to be our torch. Well, we're going to try and keep the torch from despawning as long as we can. And right now we're starting this at 61 deaths. So if I get anywhere as close to Joe Nathan, then you'll know it's because of this, not because of, me forgetting that phantoms are a thing or anything. So here we go. Now, the tricky Oh, it helps if you take your armor off. I can't believe I left all my armor on. Stripped out my inventory and not my armor. All right, we'll throw this stuff in the barrel too. Man, feather falling 4, it really does wonders, doesn't it? So, all right, our torch is going to be what we juggle and try to keep in play as long as we can. I'm not really sure if we picked it up or not. Oh, it's way over there. Wow. Can I get that? No. I think I just missed it again. I don't know if I'm gonna pick it up at all. Whoa, I actually slid and then died. Imagine that. Oh, I'm pretty sure I got it that time. I don't know. It looks like it's in the same spot. Oh, it's definitely, I think, a little bit closer than it was. I think it's watching Jonathan and phreb do this. It seemed like it was way more interesting and fun for them when they were like tag teaming an object to see, you know, if either of them could get it, and kind of like, oh, I got it, you know, he couldn't. I got it before he did, and oh, now's the question of where did it go? Whoa, is it way over on the edge? Is that where I just seen it? And I think the dirt down at the bottom that we seen, I don't remember seeing that the first time we were down there. So I'm thinking that dispensed for us to be our object, but it was way over. Look at that torch. It's all the way over in the corner. I don't think we're going to be able to reach that. I mean, maybe it's possible. I'm not sure if he designed this so that everything, so, you know, it was, and it took patience, or what. It seems like got really, really close. Oh, I did get really, really close that time too. Oh. Well, that is definitely way farther. I think trying to see where I was going. Oh, that was close right there. If I could get it to explode, you know, pick it up and have it drop back inwards, that would really help. Oh, did I even make it to the ground? Oh, I think it did pop over a section. Oh, I may have got it again. No, I didn't. But it did pop over a section for sure. Yeah, I had to get it that time, right? Oh, where is it? Oh, it's way over there now. The exploding mechanics definitely make it interesting on not knowing where it's gonna go and where you're gonna have to try and catch it from. Like it seemed like I was so close. Oh, I was right there by it. And I went too far. Oh! I think I threw myself off the bed that time. Um... Oh, I believe there might have been a timer on it. I can't imagine why I crashed with flying. Right. Yeah, I didn't know if it was just my system or what. So I wasn't accusing the rockets when I couldn't even. I started my stream like 20 minutes late or so, I was on, but I mean, everything was so bad. I had no frame rates or nothing. So there you have it, death juggling. And I opened up the tab and still didn't look. I barely made it to 106.13. That, you know, that was what, like 40 something, 50 something deaths that quick. Even though our torch is still there. I think we could have probably, I mean, unless it got back up under this way. Whoa. Unless, well, you know what? Let's reclaim our torch. Unless it got back up against that wall, we probably could have just hit the button and kept it going without too much of a problem. Yeah, I figured it had to be a timer. Oh, my dog. Like, for those of you who have not, is this what was the event center? For the, yeah. Oh my goodness. Let me, ender pearl up here. Yeah, like, I didn't even... Sorry about that. I didn't even realize this thing had this much, work put into it. That looks amazing. Yeah, that thing popped up, I don't know, seemingly overnight. And I mean, you guys seen the details. Phreb put a lot of work into that, and it's definitely fun. Like I probably could have. It was probably more. I'm sure it was way more entertaining for me than it was for you guys watching. But I could have probably did that for a while and kept that torch going. Again, I think unless it went back behind the bed, that's where it would be the real issue. It's just a matter of trying to, you know, because you got a little bit of wiggle room to move as you're falling. So let's come back over here. And yeah. No, I did not make that. I was gonna rocket it, and I was like, I'm gonna kill myself. Wait a minute. I don't actually think that would have been. Yeah. See, I gotta go in through here. There we go. Yeah, so this is definitely a thing that I would like to get done, and I'm excited about, and I can't wait to. I mean, I'm gonna have a lot of fun practice running this thing. I can tell you that. Like, even though um, I'm gonna have to pay a little bit more attention to how this one's laid out, so that I can really test it properly. I'm gonna have to use my design that I have and follow it as close as I can, or mark out changes or whatever, because I want to make sure again that, I mean, depth is gonna be possible, uh, and not too unlikely, but I would like to make it where this first section here, which is where I have all these planks lined out, I wouldn't like to make it so that this first section, um, assuming that it stays at this layout, um, is passable into the next area. And again, by that I mean, if what they are equipped with isn't enough to get past this area, then I want to make sure that I have the things here to help them through this area. And as they progress, I don't mind it getting a little bit harder and a little bit harder until they make their way back out, which actually technically goes through here. Let's oh, you know what, we can just do this. We'll just break through the walls. So basically that oh yeah, this here leads right in, right into the point room and whatnot. That is. Did I not have a door to put there or something? Like, what's going on here? Whoa, wait a minute. What did I do here? You're not getting through that way. Okay. I see what's going on. Alright. So, this will actually. Well, I mean, I guess that could stay, but this will actually change. Like how we have that tunnel coming across there. This is actually where nightmare mode will connect in. But for some reason, yeah. For some reason, I have the. I guess that even though that looks like a doorway, it wasn't. It's not going to be a doorway because this is. That's fine. That's fine. Oops. There we go. So, as they come out of nightmare mode, which will be right here, they will get dispensed 2 points. They'll be able to come over to the book, add their point in the book. Fluffy's got one. I got one. Phreb, I know, ran it, and he made it through. And a little walkthrough with Fluffy. I don't think it was actually shown in there about that part. I'll add Freb's point for him, just in case it does become a thing where everyone's trying to outdo each other. He's got ahead, at least that point against somebody. Because it could end up coming down to whenever it's all said and done, it could end up coming down to one or two people being a point or so apart. And I still need to get our... Whoop, that's a good way to lose it. And, of course, excess gear can get dropped off here. Now, the leather boots that were worn don't have any durability loss on them. So, they didn't take too many drops for that to happen, right? From the still being tip-top shape. So, that's a good thing. And let's go ahead and we'll refill the carrots while we're here, just to make sure. It'll save us a little bit of time. Yep, there's this point. Now, as I'm working on hard mode, that's going to be behind the scenes stuff, obviously, like I was saying. But we together can transform this shop. We're still going to be working on our one chunk base. There was just no way I could get things together to do anything over there today. I have so much material here, but getting over there and getting started on the project and not having stuff and having to run all the way back over here and back and forth, that would have killed all of our stream time and we wouldn't have gotten anywheres. So, if I missed anything, it would have just been one of them things we didn't get to do. And I did not add in here either. So we got one more spot right there. And then we'll have to start moving people up the wall if more members come beyond that. Or we may even put them up over here. It doesn't really matter as long as everybody has a spot to keep their points. Now, the points in the book are overall points. That's... right now, there's a three-way tie. I have a point, Fluffy has a point, and Phreb has a point. Me personally, I'm not counting my points. If those guys want to include me in the high score thing, that's up to them. I'm not. Even just because I built it, I don't feel that it would be fair for me. We might all agree differently if all my points came from nightmare mode. Once we get to that, but. Till then, yeah. So the points they're storing in the barrels right now. Fluffy has his. I actually still have mine. I don't know why I kept mine. Those would be the points that come into the shop, and basically, we'll have the chest name for how many points, whatever, and it's worth. And they can take the item that they're after and leave their points in that chest. And you'll know how many points you have based off what you have accumulated and stuck in your barrel here. So easy mode is worth 1 point, hard mode is worth 2, and nightmare mode is worth 3. So if I ran each one time, that would give me 3 points. 1 for easy mode, 2 for hard mode, that's 3, and then 3 for nightmare would be 6. And if, say there was something in there for 6 points, then I could use those 6 points to acquire that item. Or, I could have 20 points in here, and there not be anything that I can get with 20 points that pique my interest. So I just keep them in my barrel and save them up until something becomes available that does, or because we will try and keep the stock rotated based off of everyone's needs and things like that. Or I save up my points to get enough for an elytra, so that I have a backup elytra or whatever. I haven't exactly figured out the point system yet on items. Um, I don't want it to be too ridiculous, but at the same time, I mean, it's a free game to play, and they can play it as much as they want. Um, I would like to not spend all my time keeping, you know, the the stuff in there filled up. So it just kind of depends on things, but at the moment, to me, I'm thinking the most valuable things currently until 120 gets here are the elytras and the netherite ingots. Now, the templates would definitely fit in that category because none of us have any of those yet. So those would fit in that category with the more valuable things. Um, of course, these if you have diamonds, you can just get one template and copy, 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 copy. But eventually you'll run out of diamonds if you're using a lot of them. So we want to put things in there to make it easier. Maybe backup gear, just things that you really got to grind for. That'll save these guys some time on grinding. Maybe concrete, just whatever. I have several ideas. I'm just not sure who's gonna need what to know exactly what's gonna go in stock at what point. But I really look forward to maybe at some point there being some kind of competition where several of us come in here at one time and see who can make it through in one piece the quickest, or who doesn't make it through at all. So I guess if two of us went in and only one of us come out, then obviously wouldn't matter how long it's gonna take. Yeah, I'm really hoping it's gonna be fun. Again, like going in groups, I think are gonna be fun as well. Maybe add a little bit of mayhem to it, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I want it to be one of those things where after me and Fluffy being in there at the same time before, it was really really cool. So I do want to make sure that it is possible for several. I was at first going to put like an indicator light so that if it was in use, that light would be on and or off, and you would have to wait for the light to come on before you could go, meaning that somebody was in play or something. But I don't know. That's pretty complicated. That would be pretty complicated because if somebody did die, then I'm not sure how I would do that other than like a manual switch that we could easily forget. And going in groups, I think, could add an element of fun to it. Or everybody may want to do it on their own. I'm not entirely sure. But my main focus right now, like I know what I'm doing with that. My main focus over here is going to be getting this shop looking not like this. This is our entrance room, and it's, I think, a good solid look for what we want to accomplish here. We want a safe spot, slabs, bottom slabs at that. Nothing's going to spawn in here. You can see you got a spot for your points that you're saving that you haven't spent yet. You have your equipment to get you started, the lectern to explain the rules, an enter chest if you need access to that. a chest here to drop your stuff off in, a place to set your spawn, and when you finish the labyrinth, a way to get right back here. Whether it's by where you set your spawn, or if it's by completing it. This room, it feels like it should, I think, for what we're after. However, our shop just pretty much looks like more of the same, and that's not what we want. So I'm gonna definitely work on changing this up. I'm not sure how yet, because if you look, this wall, and let me take a quick little peek, this wall actually goes into the labyrinth. Like, we can't really move this wall. And I totally broke that stair. That's okay. We'll do this number. And put it back. Does anybody know if without curing and converting him again, is there a way I can get him to swap out that deep slate block for an emerald? Maybe I'll try using a dispenser. I'd really like our shopkeeper to be holding an emerald. He just happened to pick that up when we were working on this thing in the beginning when we found him. But I think an emerald would be really, really cool. And I don't want to really get rid of him and have to find another guy. Just because he's stubborn. I mean, the deep slate tiles work. I mean, it's part of the thing here. But I would really like him to be holding an emerald if that's possible. Again, with this, I think this is going to actually go down a little bit. And his side is going to actually go down a little bit. So that he's a little bit lower. And we're going to have like a counter here still. But it won't be as view obstructing. And I'm haven't 100% made my mind up on how I want this counter to look, or it's not going to go all the way across. He's going to be a little more confined that way. And honestly, we may not even have to lower him. We'll see when we get there, but I think he's going to be in the corner back there. And then all the prizes are just going to be, kind of everywhere else. And then, I mean, we just need him in here. He doesn't have to be, like, between us and our loot. But anyways, designing this room here is going to be one of the main things coming up in this area. Outside of, our one chunk base that we're going to be working on, this is going to be something we're going to do on camera is... give that its own little shoppy feel. But also, while I'm working on hard mode behind the scenes, I really want to do something about this place. With these amazing walls up that I had never even thought about doing. That's all thanks to Joe Nathan there. When he did the roads. And he actually put in our... I don't know why I didn't think about just doing this, especially since that, like, completely matches our theme. I don't know why I didn't think about that, too. But, he got us a good little, layout, or road, or path to the road here, which connects us to the whole gaming district, and this beautiful retaining wall. So, I think it would be safe to take this whole area inside here and make it ours. And I haven't completely decided if I want to lower all this down and or just kind of even it out to them layers or whatever. But I do know that I want to take this podzol, and it's going to be the vast majority of what's down here because it's got that, you know, it's got that look to it. And we're going to build off of that like we did with the coarse dirt here for our main little entrance here. Yeah, I think the podzol is going to be a nice touch to the other stuff that I have kind of planned. As soon as I figure out what, you know, how I want this leveled out. But I do know that, like, this stuff here can all, it doesn't need to be halfway up the wall over there and then, you know, dip down and, you know, we want it to look, if it's going to be part of the area, we want it to be part of the area, right? So we're going to work on that. And the Enderman grieving is a big thing here that is going to drive me crazy. And also, if you are following me over on YouTube, let me know what happened to my horse if you know. But, yeah, I think that's pretty much going to be it for tonight. There's not a whole lot. I mean, I can't really do anything again on the horror labyrinth. That's all, you know, without there being spoilers and stuff like that right there. So I did the little mock-up, the little fake mock-up deal to help give you guys a better explanation of what's going on there. And we talked about the plans with the shop here. Oh, the score room where we're at before we drop down here when we get our points and come back in, which is, I want to say, basically right over like that block in that way, if I'm not mistaken. I would like to do something with that room too, but in order, I think the best thing to do with that is going to be to wait until the entire labyrinth is done and have that be the last thing that we do, just to help pull it all together. And this does look better. I've got nothing against the way this looks, but the more and more I look at it, I do kind of question if whether or not I should connect the two sides and kind of bring this together. I'm not sure if I could really get it to look as natural as I would like it to if I tried to do that. But let me know what you guys think. If that's something that I should possibly do is, you know, solidify this together, or if you think it looks better being offset and separated as it is. I mean, that was the natural generation. It was definitely the natural generation, other than where I bulked them out and brought them down a little bit to reach our pillars. But we are still technically missing a little bit of deep slate tiles up there that are going to drive me crazy as well now that I've noticed them. I'm not sure how I didn't notice them before. We got this slight little outline here that, well, those are a layer out, but them inside ones on the deep slate tile layer right there definitely got to be changed. Not the most exciting stream, I know, but we didn't do any digging, which feels like that's all we do these days. A bunch of digging or mining or whatnot. I mean, it is Minecraft, but, you know, we can have some fun too sometimes. So thank each and every one of you for joining me from the bottom of my heart. I hope you all have had a wonderful weekend, and I hope you have an excellent week coming ahead. And if you aren't already following me, go ahead and be sure to do so. And don't forget to go over to YouTube and check out my videos there. If you enjoy them, give them a thumbs up, share them with your friends. And while you're there, hit that subscribe button and ring that bell so you don't miss out on notifications for future episodes in Forever Bedrock or some of our other series that we've done. And don't forget to check out the other Forever Bedrock members. Some amazing stuff going on. Showed off a little bit of that here in tonight's stream. You really will like them guys' content. I enjoy it a lot myself and have for a long time. So I'll see each and every one of you in the next video.